For one of my final autumn journeys, I saved this peak, a lonely sentinel standing apart from the rest of the mountain. Exposed to relentless winds, it rises precisely on the border between two great ranges, shaped by the forces that collide upon its ridge. Up here, the wind never really rests, and the trail feels raw, somehow untouched. I kept thinking how different this mountain becomes in winter when everything is locked under ice and snow, and reaching the summit turns into a true test of endurance. However, before I even think about snowy ascent, I first have to finish this climb, the one that began down a valley, curved by dozens of small streams, each one of them winding through the mountain, cold and clear, and each one I have to cross on my way up. Here I saw the summit for the very first time, just as the clouds finally parted. For a moment the whole ridge revealed itself, sharp, exposed, and looking far more challenging than I expected. But that feeling, that surge of adrenaline every hiker secretly waits for, it hits instantly here. Up here, the first signs of those endless mountain expanses started to appear, wide, open, and stretching far beyond the horizon. But with them came the wind, strong, sudden, and cold enough to warn me that the climb ahead might end in uncertainty, wrapped in the fog and low clouds. Yet, despite that, every direction I looked felt unreal. The kind of scenery that makes you slow down, even when the weather is telling you to hurry. A reminder that sometimes the most unpredictable days in the mountains also bring the most breathtaking moments. The thin layer of ice clinging to the last stubborn plants told me that the summit was close, but it also reminded me of something else, that I made a mistake. I should have packed an extra layer, a scarf, anything to shield my face from this wind. Still, there was no turning back now. The cold bit harder with every step, but the ridge ahead was calling. So I pulled my jacket tighter, lowered my head against the gusts, and kept moving. The peak was right there, and I was going for it. The last meters to the summit, I could barely feel my face anymore. The cold was biting, sharp, almost painful. But honestly, I didn't care. Because just as I took those final steps, the clouds opened up, as if waiting for me. And in that moment, all the struggle made sense. The wind, the ice, the doubt. Everything disappeared the second I stepped onto the ridge. Happiness hit instantly. The kind you can't fake. The kind every hiker knows. After all, how could you not feel that way when you are greeted with views like these? I had a plan, as always, to sit on the summit and enjoy a coffee, a little tradition of mine after every climb, but the wind had other ideas. It was too strong to even think about it, and the drone, well, it didn't want to leave the ground either. Still, I took the risk. I wanted to show you the full grandeur of this mountain, no matter how wild the weather was, and somehow, against all odds, the drone fought its way through the gust and made it back down with only 4% battery left. A small victory at the end of our long, cold adventure. Thank you for watching another episode and for supporting this channel just by being here. It truly means a lot. Until the next adventure, happy trails, guys.